Hello, Planeswalkers. Tyler here, bringing you another episode of Tribal Talk, the show where I take a look at an underappreciated or underrepresented creature tribe in Magic and talk about what potential routes Wizards could take in order to bring them more relevance in the Commander format. Before I move on to the meat of today's video though, let's take a moment to discuss what a tribe actually is. In Magic, a tribe is considered as Magic slang for a block, set, or deck centered around one or more creature types. Commonly built around tribes include things like humans, dragons, goats, oofs, or even the humble ooze. But now, dear viewer, none of those even come close to the unparalleled power and raw strength and potential of the creature tribe that we'll be looking at today. I do not say this lightly, for this tribe is so powerful, it has only been able to put 2 cards into this world, with the third existing only in an alternate dimension. I speak, of course, of the Brushwagg. Now, Brushwaggs are a creature type so deeply rooted in Magic's history that it has consistently survived the creature type updates for reasons yet unknown to most scientists. Initially introduced back in Mirage with the original Brushwagg, we would later see the creature again, 23 years later, as a playtest card in Mystery Boosters, Convention Edition, with Interplanar Brushwagg. And to date, the most recent member, the Almighty Brushwagg, came into being in Ikoria Lair of Behemoths just a year after Interplanar was released. All Brushwaggs appear to have a particular fondness of the number 4, with the original becoming a 1/4 when it became blocked or was blocking, Interplanar Brushwagg being a 6/4 who would join an attacker's side if they had a creature with power 4 or greater, and the Almighty Brushwagg letting you pay 4 mana to make it a 4/4. Like much about the Brushwagg, their love of this number remains unknown, with the reason most likely being sinister, but it is not our place to question a god. So why am I doing this? Why am I taking a creature type with only 3, though arguably only 2 members, and trying to squeeze an entire video's worth of content from it? It's simple. I believe there exists a card for each color that exemplifies everything that color stands for when boiled down to its very essence. I believe that, for those among us who value flavor over form, ideals over reality, and who believe in standing up for the purest idea to represent any pillar of ourselves, these cards stand as a true representation for the color that they live in. I'm still in the process of cooking down red, white, blue, and black to their most basic forms, though I think blue might be some form of counter magic, in which case I'm avoiding it like the plague. But I believe the Brushwagg, specifically the Almighty Brushwagg, represents the true spirit of green. When you play green, what is it that you want to do? Right, ramp out ludicrous amounts of mana and play the biggest, meanest fatties you can from across the multiverse. But what if I told you that the Almighty Brushwagg was the end result of both of these desires? A trampler and a self-pumper, all for a single green mana, the Brushwagg pays you off for doing the thing that green is best at. Ramping. Kodama's Reach, Rampant Growth, Cultivate, Nature's Lore, Migration Path, Skyshroud Claim, all ways that green has access to get lands out of your deck and onto the battlefield as quickly as possible. But what about the fatties? I hear you cry. Almighty Brushwagg is just a 1/1. How's he gonna use Trample effectively? Pathetic. Do you not see? Use that mana. Pump it into him. Watch him grow before your very eyes. See him become the monster that he was destined to be. He is, however, very vulnerable to removal. So, I'd suggest running things such as Darksteel Plate for indestructibility, Boots and Greaves along with cards like Canopy Cover and Asceticism to prevent targeting, and, well, pump spells. All the green pump. Giant Growth, Monstrous Growth, Titanic Growth, Gift of Growth, Prodigious Growth, Colossification. Green is highly adept at making even its smallest members capable of playing with the big boys. And if you want to bring Brushwagg out to his full potential, you need to funnel these options deep into whatever the fresh hell his body is made out of. Is he the tumbleweed? Is there a tum-tum in there? We'll never know. He'll never tell. He's full of nothing but unrestrained violence, and anyone who has attempted to catch him in the nude has met the same fate. Mind you, we don't know what that fate is, but my buddy Brant says that he saw what was underneath, but whenever I ask, his eyes get real glassy and he stares off into the distance. I'm not sure if he's ever going to be okay again, and for that reason, I think the Brushwagg demands your respect. And your pump. For all of his glory, though, there is one major failing that the almighty Brushwagg does fall short on. He's not legendary. I mean, he is in his own mind, but he doesn't have the creature type legendary. That means he's confined to your deck with very little means of accessing him when we need to. To address this problem, I'd like to move to the part of the video where I speculate on a potential commander we could see for this tribe. And for that, look no further than Gahasserb, Lord of Brushwaggs. A 4/4 for 3 and a green right off the bat. Gahasserb is already playing into the bizarre fascination that Brushwaggs seem to have with the number 4. He continues this theme, as well as calling back to the original Brushwagg from Mirage with his first ability being able to gain +4/+4 and trample if he becomes blocked or if he blocks, though only if you control another Brushwagg. Now, I know what you're saying, but Tyler, there's only 2 other legal Brushwaggs you could be running in this deck. How are you going to make sure you have them enough of the time to make Gau's ability go off? Very good question, one that I'll answer in a moment, you impatient swat. Anyways, his next line of text reads, other Brushwaggs you control have hexproof. But Tyler, there's... Shh. No talkie, just listen. His final line of text reads, 2 green, sacrifice another creature or land. Create a 1/1 green almighty Brushwagg creature token with trample, and 3 and a green, this creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. There, see? Problem solved. While yes, his tribe is limited, the Lord of Brushwaggs wouldn't be caught dead without his entourage of spiky balls filled with hate and anger. By being able to focus all your protection and resources on Gau, you're free to build a veritable Brushwagg army. Run more token generators so that you have more fodder that you can feed into his ability and turn into Brushwaggs. Gau will keep them safe while you suit them up with Bear Umbras and Dark Steel Plates and maybe even a Fire Shrieker if you just really need to kill with commander damage as quickly as possible. That's all I've really got on Brushwaggs though. They don't have enough members or real-world counterparts for me to draw on for inspiration like Crabs and Hippos did, but I think I came up with a fun and unique way to play with Brushwaggs and not need to lower yourself to relying on changelings. I've always been a fan of decks that rely on their commanders to function, since I feel it plays really well into the spirit of the format, and who knows, maybe one day I'll make a nice original art version of Gau and make him into a proper proxy. Only time will tell. But thanks for listening, Planeswalkers. I know this was a little sillier than my usual tribal talks, but I've been busy packing up my stuff and moving, so I needed something that I could have a little bit more fun with and spend less time doing actual serious research and building. But you have my word, the next tribal talk will be good and proper. Leave your suggestions for what we'd like to see covered next in the comment section down below. And be sure to hit that like button, throw a sub our way, and ring that little notification bell so that you'll never miss an upload. Later, Planeswalkers.